Let's get to Illinois at Purdue on FanDuel. Illinois is favored in this one by 9.5. Purdue, the over-under is 57.5. Purdue has done a pretty good job of scoring points so far this year and being able to move the ball on teams. They moved the ball and scored points on Notre Dame. They moved the ball on USC. Didn't really finish. They turned it over 3 times in the red zone, but they were able to get to the red zone against USC. Their weakness, they gave up a lot of points. They gave up 33 to USC, which was not the most. That was only a point more than what Illinois gave up to them. However, 56 to Notre Dame. They gave up more than you would have liked to see against Southern Illinois. So that defense for Purdue definitely needs to improve, but overall the offense could keep them in this game. And of course, as everybody likes to point out, last year, 50 to 49. It was a one-score game after Ryan Browne came in and led the comeback against Illinois. Can Ryan Browne do it again, and will he finish it off this time, Zach?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I was like trying to think of something creative there. I was like, I just don't have it. Man, if this were Ross-Ade at night, I might go for the upset.
I mean, it's still Ross-Ade.
But it's Ross-Ade in the afternoon. It's not the same.
Yeah, but the noon is the new 7:30 p.m., Zach. Haven't you been listening to Joe Klatt on Twitter?
Listen, Joe Klatt is great. He's dead wrong about that.
Okay.
Dead wrong. Although, as an adult with small children, I kind of like noon games, if I'm just being honest. But
as long as my kids nap for the entire noon game, I'm good. But if they don't nap for it all, it's like, this was risky.
Yeah.
Sorry, Go ahead. Talk about the
game. Well, I think Purdue, again, like I think Purdue is really good, or has improved. I shouldn't say really good. I think they've improved. But your point about giving up lots of points, and then also Illinois has most of their defensive backs back, right? Matthew Bailey is probable to return. Xavier Scott, I think, is the only one that's going to be out because of the ankle surgery. And so I think we saw them shore up quite a bit against USC. They still gave up points against USC, but that offense is a lot better than Purdue's offense. And I think Illinois really is going to want to build off the momentum from their win against USC, especially with Ohio State coming to town next week. So I just think they're going to be locked in. Again, I believe in Brett Bielema, even on the road. And I just think Purdue is continuing to, they're going to continue to have some growing pains, right? Like Ryan Browne's been good. They have decent playmakers, but I think they're going to turn the ball over in this game, and I think it's going to limit their opportunities to score. I actually have it a little lower scoring. I have 31-17 Illinois.
I'm interested to see how Illinois comes out in this one. If they're, they have Ohio State next week, are they going to be looking ahead at all? They just come off the big emotional win over USC that kind of keeps like their playoff hopes alive and stuff. And this game, I don't think they're going to look ahead. I don't think it's going to be a trap game because of the way the game against Purdue went last year. However, I mean, if Illinois is not careful, Ryan Browne could kind of run all over them again, right? And they do have some injuries in the secondary that have held them back a little bit. Matthew Bailey left that game early. Sounds like he is going to be back, so not as concerned about that. Hinkle, he left the game on that last play that USC had where I think he hurt his wrist, and so that could be another one in the secondary that maybe doesn't play. He was already the Xavier Scott backup, so what do they do there? Jaheim Clark coming back is huge for Illinois, don't get me wrong, but the other compounding injuries and everything, how's it going to look for the secondary? Because this is a Purdue team that is not afraid to throw the ball, and Nitro Tuggle has his moments where he does look like a very good wide receiver. Not always, but he looks like a pretty good wide receiver at times. He had a diving catch against, who was it against? I forget who it was against, but he had a diving catch in one of the last 2 games that was just really, really good, really effective, obviously, and fun to see. So this is a Purdue team that's more fun to watch this season. They are more competent, obviously, and if the defense can put together any semblance of stops, CJ Nunnally, Jamarian Harkless, those type of dudes, Slusher. If they can put together a few stops, this is a Purdue team that could make this a game, and Illinois could find themselves in a game in the fourth quarter. I don't think it'll happen at the end of the day. I think this Illinois team's going to be too locked in. I think they found something with the way they worked that offensive line this last game, and I think Luke Altmyer is starting to look like one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten, and he's going to continue to do so in this one. I have Illinois winning this game 38 to I lost my score prediction. 38-24. Taking the over. Illinois covers, but I would not be surprised at all if this is a close game. And if Illinois makes some turnover mistakes, fumbles the ball again like they did last week, you could be looking at a really close game here at the end of the day.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you just mentioned it. I think Luke Altmyer, he's playing lights out this season. And I know Indiana game notwithstanding, where he really didn't have a chance, I feel like he is playing himself into higher draft consideration the way he's playing. He has been very good. I think it's probably why I'm not too concerned about an upset. Like, an upset can happen here. Like, I don't think it's as like
No, it's not. It's not crazy talk to talk about an upset. It's a 9.5 spread.
Yeah, but I think Luke Altmyer at the end of the day is the reason why they win this game.
As long as they run Luke Altmyer too, I think that's a big factor in this game. Yep. They need to run Luke Altmyer because he seems to kind of be at his best and be most engaged in the game and being able to process the game faster when he's actually running sometimes and when he's not. So, yeah.